One two one two one two one two. What's a podcast? We are back, episode 193. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What's happening, fellas?
Uh, the forever tired. Don't charge Abdul.
Exhausted.
I am DJ Jerome Baker the third. Episode 193. Do remember to check what's a podcast.live for our previous episodes. Excuse me, and youtube.com/what's a podcast, where the majority of our talking points for today's episode came from. Shout out to our loyal following, our loyal commenters on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
And our ever growing
Fan
TikTok
base
as well. TikTok as well. The fan base.
The supporters.
The fan base as well.
Are we okay with them giving us topics? Is that
This was a little OD, you know what I'm saying? But we'll
No, I think it was cool.
but like we'll do two at a time moving forward.
Yeah, we'll thank you. We appreciate you,
Yeah.
but don't give us 21 questions, all right? Leave that for 50.
So basically, we're coming off of MLK Sunday, MLK weekend here in DC. I personally had a tremendously busy weekend. Thursday and Friday, Saturday are all kind of a blur, but that Sunday, we had Jerome Baker and friends at the Eaton Hotel,
Popping.
rooftop. It felt like a Saturday night in there.
It was a Saturday night.
It felt like a summer night, really.
Yeah.
It was,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like Abdul and Eddie came through. It was a beautiful thing with their wives. It was incredible. It was a lot of a heavily attended function, we'll say.
Shit was packed, man.
It was rocking. It was
We had a good time. Who else played with you that night?
It was this dude, Pause. It was this dude, Bundy, and this dude, Friends on Mars. So those are the homies that we do the party with. And then
Who's my man with the locks?
Friends on Mars.
Okay. Shout out to him, man.
And then Money Making Mitch is on the party as well. He helps us push the function and make it happen. So,
cool guy, Mitch.
Yeah, I mean
Is
that was
Mitch. Just he's switched up too, man. I see him on his workout shit every morning. You know what I'm saying? New year, new him.
a lot of people have been inspired by just the turn of the new year to get right.
Let's see how long it lasts.
Let's hope it lasts as long as he needs it to.
Yeah,
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah,
because I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people that are interested in making their health a priority now.
Yeah,
and as long as you do it for more than the aesthetics, I think it's cool. So we'll see. I mean, it's only January 18th.
It's okay to do it for the aesthetics too, because if that's what motivates you, then get it done.
Yeah.
Whatever the motivation is going to be, use that. You know what I'm saying? I
can agree, but I feel like if you look at it from a holistic perspective and make aesthetics a part of it, then you'll achieve better aesthetics.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, there's a lot of people that we know that tap in with me on the day. I've been working out twice a day, every day.
Y'all got me motivated, man. I saw you on the Nike running app, and I was like, "Oh shit, my guy Rome! This might be the most amount of miles I've seen you do in 1 month, at least by now.
What you got?
He's almost at like 50 miles or some shit.
I don't even know, but for me,
just this month.
Just this month.
The month just started.
Wow, and you have 50 miles, 18 days in.
And I was bullshitting, and it was just not. I mean, I've been busy, so I just couldn't get around to running, and I needed some new sneakers. And then I'm trying to catch up with y'all, man. Scooty hit me the other day, and he's like, "Yo, fam, you got to chill out." He's like, "You're doing a lot of running. I don't need to see you catching up to me or beating me on the Nike app."
The thing about it though is just like, I hope everybody can have the same energy in April, in July, in October, because it will truly be a group of individuals in the best health. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, eating and all that stuff is important. What you're eating, when you're eating. I just introduced salmon fish oil, because most fish oil omega-3s that you get in the stores is from sardines, and so you're not really maximizing the health benefits getting fish oil from sardines. But if you get fish oil from either pollock or salmon, it's good to go. So So I've introduced that 2 capsules a day.
Okay.
I'm also on some turmeric.
I grew up on fish oil, man. I hate to
Same.
say this, but if you're an immigrant, especially from a third world country, if you're of Asian descent or African descent, dog, your parents stuffed fish oil capsules down your throat, pause, your whole childhood. I didn't even know what the fuck they were. But
we were
and they were
raised on
terrible.
we were raised on cod liver oil. You know
Cod,
what I'm saying?
that's what I'm talking about. Cod liver oil, actually.
Oh, cod liver oil. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yes, disgusting.
You still taking it?
When I go back to Arizona, I will because my mom has it.
I don't even
ingrained
know
in her
what the
brain.
benefits of that shit is, but if there is any, cod liver oil, what does that even mean? Is it what the cod fish got liver in its oil? Oil in its liver? Like, what the fuck is happening here?
Or oil from the liver? Jerome's looking it up right now.
I am 9 science-backed benefits of cod liver oil.
Okay, let's hear it.
High in vitamins A and D.
All right.
May reduce inflammation. May improve bone health. May reduce joint pain and improve rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
Oh man, all right. I might have to get back on it.
May support-
Is it oil from the cod's liver though?
I'm assuming that's why I'm calling it cod liver
That's
oil.
so crazy.
May heal the stomach and gut ulcers. Easy to add to your diet. May improve symptoms of anxiety and depression. May reduce heart disease risk. So I mean, there seems to be some pretty decent benefits, you know. So I'll see what I can find, and maybe I'll add that to my.
It is
to my list.
extracted from the livers of codfish. I just looked it up.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay.
So you know, we'll keep a running tab on my health every week. This is how we're doing. I got a 2.5 miles in this morning.
Nice.
I went the shorter route of the 2 walks that I usually go on. I went the shorter route, and then I caught a 4:50 in the afternoon, another workout, and that included some weights, 10-minute hit on some cardio, and just a lot of body weight exercises, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, some stretching, lunges, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
So I'm fully locked in. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling it in some of the clothes already, which is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? At this point, it just comes down to diet.
You might need a whole new wardrobe.
I hope so.
Jerome got the wardrobe waiting.
I do.
Jerome's already got the wardrobe waiting.
He's got that Supreme tee from 2004, fresh.
Jerome been stocking up on size large t-shirts.
I just found a Stussy DC hoodie. I just found that like earlier tonight.
The black one?
The black one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Found 2 Dilla Stussy t-shirts. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know if I can wear those, but I'll
Let me have it.
Supreme chill. I found a Supreme long sleeve shirt that says Allah.
Let me have that.
Nah, you're good.
Come on.
Nah, chill. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for fall 2023.
Well, I'm ready for that. Them larges.
Yeah. If I do that, it's a problem. Episode 193 was a podcast. The Golden State Warriors were in Washington D.C. 1 to play a basketball game, and 2 to be honored by the White House for winning, which was a common practice in many sporting events or sports prior to
Trump.
And since Trump, yeah. Trump particularly didn't rock with the basketball teams, and the basketball teams didn't rock with Trump, truthfully. That was one of the bigger issues.
Because I remember the Warriors saying they were not going to come when he was in office, right? They won a championship during that 4-year span, and they were like,
did not come.
Yeah, we are not coming to the White House.
Yeah, he supposedly rescinded the invite. Many other
because he's a
teams
hater.
did go. Yeah, he's just a boss
Bitch.
You can rescind the invite after that gets declined.
They already said we're not coming.
Yeah,
that was.
I'll take it back.
That's how Trump.
You're not invited.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
In the Warriors' social media department was moving very swiftly, in terms of just approving things, getting the content, and approving it. So much so, there's one video on their page that has Mr. Fab who's an Oakland Bay Area artist
Hmm.
legend. He sat it next to E40, another legend. He sat it next to Sway,
Okay. Yep.
who's another legend, and then standing next to Sway is Too Short. So
Wow.
all of these,
They were all at the White House.
all at the White House fitted. You know what I'm saying?
Bay Area legends.
Bay Area legends, just legends in general.
Yeah.
Um,
For sure.
were there. It's dope for the Warriors to include them in that
Yeah.
honor because I'd say Mr. Fab and
E40.
E40 are pretty much almost at every home game,
Yeah, they go to every game
almost
for
every home
years now,
game. And then
courtside.
I was wondering why Fab and 40 were at the Warriors game. Because I was like, man, what are they doing in DC? Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't understand LA or Portland, but
Yeah.
at the time, nobody knew they were here for the honor. The
Who won that
situation
game, by the way?
the
They did.
Warriors did. It was
We got
amazing.
spanked.
No, not spanked.
Okay.
It was a really good game.
It was a respectable loss.
Fourth quarter, last 5 minutes, Steph just went full on Steph, and he gave everybody what they paid for in the last 5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I saw Steph also making his rounds around town, man. He was at Howard. He Steph Curry's brand sponsors the Howard University golf team, which the rest of the athletic program is all Team Jordan, except for the golf program, which is sponsored by Under Armour and the Steph Curry brand. So I believe he was there hanging out with
Hold
some
on. Doesn't the
kids.
museum do some stuff for Howard also?
Well, they designed the uniform for
Okay.
that golf team.
Okay,
Yeah,
word.
and in partnership with Steph
Under
Curry's
Armour.
brand and Under Armour. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he was moving around, man. And you also said he was at Rose Bar.
That was what the word was. I wasn't there, but
Okay.
I heard he was in the building.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Steph was
Yeah.
really moving and grooving.
yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of the team was also at the Howard Morehouse game, and what they were saying was that it was
Was that a basketball game?
basketball game. Yeah.
Okay.
So and I don't want to say in true Howard fashion, but they said that the problem was that Howard let in a lot of students. So a lot of times when you go to an HBCU, students are free. The general public is still ticketed.
Yeah.
The problem was that Howard let in so many people that they had nowhere to sit the people who had tickets. So it was Howard versus Morehouse Sunday evening, and there was like the gym is small. I think the
Yeah, it's
Howard
a
gym,
small gym.
if it fits 3,000 people, I'd be surprised. But it
I
was
don't
like
think it's that big.
1,500, baby.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say there's 1,500 people in the building. There's another 2,000 people outside, and they have
Oh, man.
tickets. So they said it was just a huge mess. They said people were literally walking around, pulling up to their seat and seeing people sitting there.
Wow.
And like, as a student, you're not getting up for some randoms. You're like, no, I go here. Like, I know you might have win here, but I go here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm really cheering for the team.
Really, like, I like that dude down there cheats off me. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
So like I said, I don't want to say in true Howard fashion because I'm not a super Howard hater, but that wouldn't happen at the illustrious
Hampton University.
Hampton University. So,
How big is your gym?
oh, it's a
stadium.
convocation center. Yeah, it might be 10,000 in there. Yeah,
Oh,
it's huge.
okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. All right. Shout out to
Also,
Howard. Shout out. I still need that Howard University soccer jersey. I went to the bookstore and they don't sell it there, so I need that. I need that Howard University official Jordan brand soccer jersey, man. We need to reach out to that.
Have you ever
athletics
seen what it
director
looks
over
like?
I
Is
don't
there a
care.
photo of it?
there. Not one that I've seen, but I just know I want the soccer jersey. Preferably whoever plays number 10, whoever their forward or the striker is, I want his jersey. Cause that was my number when I was a youngin out here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Number 10. You know
Number
what I'm
10 out
saying?
here?
I was nice with it. No, I wasn't nice actually. I sucked, but in my mind, I was really good.
You said in my mind. I thought I
episode-
was really good.
Yeah.
Episode 193, there was a J. Cole. I saw a post on Instagram that he was down. He was looking for some music. He was looking for some inspiration. Goes to YouTube, types in J. Cole type beat. First beat that pops up catches his
Boom.
attention. He writes to it. He then gets the song back to the producer. The producer says the whole interaction has changed his life.
Wow.
And now, you know what I'm saying? The song is called Procrastination, I believe. And it's out there for you to listen to at your free will.
That's tight.
Very, very tight. I also is that the song you're about to play it?
No, I was actually about to read the note J. Cole wrote to the kid, which is actually pretty inspirational. He goes, "This song should live on your channel and serve as a thank you to you and every producer out there cooking up and sharing their work with the world. It's a million artists out there right now, just like me, hungry and searching every day for something to spark a word, a melody, a hook, a verse, a punchline, a way to vent, or a way to cut through. On a day when I couldn't find much motivation, I was looking for anything to inspire me. Out of curiosity, I typed in J. Cole type beat into YouTube. Yours was the first I saw. I pressed play, focused, and wrote this. This is some shit that would normally stay in the vault, but I don't want to hold on to the music like that no more. This is for you and whoever else needs to hear it. God bless, bro, and keep doing what you do." Wow.
Dope. So is he gonna get a bag off of that?
Well, whatever hits off of YouTube is
Like
what it is.
Streams, downloads, all that.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like J. Cole wasn't actually gonna.
He just blessed him.
I don't know. Is this song only on YouTube? Because it might be. It might not be on any streaming platforms.
I'm not sure exactly.
I mean, if it's that kid's song, can he add it to other streaming platforms?
Oh,
Well,
that's a good point because he sent him the actual file.
Yeah, he said here.
So he can re-upload the beat to
Spotify.
He can do it to YouTube at the minimum. I think he can negotiate if he can do it to Spotify because he said King of Queens tapped him, and King of Queens is J. Cole's manager.
Okay.
Ebe. His name is Ebe.
This song is not on Spotify, at least as of right now.
It might just be on YouTube.
It might just be on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? But again, that might work for the kid because now if he gets the
because
followers.
it's J. Cole writing that note is what's really helping him because everybody else in the whole fucking world read that shit like we just did.
Oh man, the note would be the artwork for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
And he actually gave him the file in you could see it. So maybe I don't know what I would do, but I would come up with something else to make money off of that.
I would start shopping my beats to everybody.
I haven't heard the song. Jerome, did you hear the song?
No, I didn't hear the song either.
Okay, I gotta listen to it and see if it's actually even good.
We'll get to it by the time we upload this to the internet. We'll get to it and talk about it in the comments.
But shout out to J. Cole, man! What a fucking dope thing to do. Like,
I mean, he seems like a pretty cool fucking dude.
And out of this new breed, man, I know people are very heavy into Kendrick but to me, J. Cole stands out of that group of rappers.
I mean, I think he's the best out of his graduating class.
He's the best out of all of them, man. Because
for me,
yeah, and you know, say what you want about Kendrick and his lyrics, but respectfully, Kendrick's flow is just not my cup of tea. And J. Cole be talking that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He gets busy. So shout out to him. I was happy to hear this. And you know, just when you think that, you know, artists can't really do something to reach out to people that are coming up, you see a story like this and it reminds you that, you know what I'm saying, there's still good, decent people out there. And it's never surprised me that somebody like that would come from like J. Cole, because he just seems like a very simple dude, man. They say he lives in New York, or when he is visiting New York, he's moving around town on a city bike, and you know what I'm saying, like Dolo. So shout out to him, man. I gotta hear the song too, though. I hope it slaps and it's a good song.
So, you know, speaking of music real quick, Road Podcast interviewed Kiambo Hip Hop Joshua on their latest episode.
Okay.
Tremendous episode.
Hip hop since 1980, 78.
So the crazy part about it is hip hop is talking about "Do It Again" by Jay-Z. Jay-Z
Okay.
and Beanie.
Yep.
He's like, yo, we made this song. We tried to put a hook on it, but we couldn't.
He was the A&R to that project, right?
He's A&R to everything Jay did.
After not the first couple of projects though.
Yeah,
not Reasonable Doubt.
Everything.
Okay.
He was there for Reasonable Doubt. Everything.
All right. Everything. I thought he might have been too young for Reasonable Doubt.
No, he was coming.
I didn't know he worked on that project.
He was coming to the studio after school every day. Coming to the.
He's also the brother of Kareem Biggs.
Yes.
Burke.
Also Babalab. Yeah. Just listen to the whole episode. 3 minutes, 2.5 hours. But speaking of the Hampton University greatness, he says that the hook for "Do It Again" came because he heard Overnight Scenario at Hampton Homecoming.
Hip hop did.
Heard it one time. Couldn't remember the rest of it, and like got back to New York and was just like literally going. He had 2 days to come up with a hook for that song because they said he was doing all the hooks, doing all the writing.
Oh shit! Okay.
And said it was just like one night he just kept saying the song over and over and over again, and then boom, it just popped into his head, and that's how they made the hook to "Do It Again." Obviously, was born out of Overnight Scenario.
Wow.
But he heard it at Hampton. You know, it's where greatness
Interesting.
Lives.
Okay.
That's where greatness lives.
It's where greatness lives. Don't go.
Why don't you live down there then?
I went there.
He got the greatness from there and then bounced. The illustrious Hampton University.
And now he's been living closer to Howard than anywhere else in his whole fucking life.
It's his daughter's gonna go to Howard and break his heart. I already know it.
She's definitely not.
Are you going to refuse to pay? Are you going to refuse to pay for her college tuition if she's like, Dad, Hampton, Howard or nothing?
Nothing.
No,
that's a lie.
Nobody believes you
because not even on some Howard stuff. That's just too close. This is entirely too close. Like you
want her to get the same experience you did. You want her to move away.
I don't want her to go cross country per se, but
how about if she wants to go somewhere in Arizona?
Oh yeah, I'll move back.
Let's go.
We're moving back as a family.
Yeah, even better.
Daddy's home.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like she's talking New York right now, which wouldn't be bad either. We still got a lot of time.
All that shit would change 100 times.
Maybe
it's gonna be here before we fucking know it, bro.
Listen, we went to the middle school fair last week.
Oh my god!
And then we're going to the middle school night. I guess they have.
Are they? What grade are they going into? 6th grade.
Grade.
Yeah, so 6 years.
Her mother sends me pictures of her as like an infant, as a child, all the time. And I'm like, oh, I got that one. I got all of them. I look at them all the time.
Dog, this is what I do every spare second of my miserable life. I look at old pictures and videos of my kids from when they were babies. I'm such a loser.
I do it all the time.
Why is that a loser?
I just
that's
I don't know.
That's not lose. That's beautiful.
I was actually just talking to fucking Steve about this today because I found an old video of my 2 daughters and little Ian. My daughter and our friend Steve, Stereo Faith, and Jerome's daughters are kind of all in the same age. They're all like months apart. And then I have a second daughter that's 3.5 years younger. So when she was about 1.5 years, and Ian and my eldest were, I think, about 4.5. They were playing around at Commonwealth, and I have a video of that, and I sent that to Steve today, and he was just like, "Fam, why you gonna make me cry? Because they motherfuckers, they're just
they're babies.
There were babies there, but now they're talking back, and they have their own little opinions on everything, and it's just wild how far they've come, and it's gonna keep on happening.
It is what it is, baby. As long as you know what I'm saying, we just we gotta prepare for the new, right? Bella's a different person than my mom. My mom is having a very difficult time dealing with my child getting older because she sees her in 6-month intervals.
Yeah,
and so there is a change.
Bella's about to be taller than her.
probably already is. And
Oh my
so
God. Yeah.
every time my mother sees her or even talks to her on the phone, she's just like, I don't know, like, what is
Yeah.
happening. And I'm
Who
like,
is
what
this
do you mean?
person?
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shout out to the babies, though, man. We finna do it. Bella, FIT is all yours for the taking, okay?
There we go.
Episode 193, What's a Podcast?
The biggest podcast out of Washington, D.C.
The only. It is, it's Paris Fashion Week.
Are there any other podcasts out of here?
Not that I know of. I'm sure there is. There's somebody opened up like a podcast recording studio in the city. I mean, he's got to be doing business.
That's dope. Okay.
Didn't we talk about that already?
I think we did.
air.
That sounds familiar. Okay. Shout out to
yeah.
him.
So it's
Them.
what's a him? But yeah,
There's not more than one person in it.
Paris Fashion Week.
He doesn't. He makes it seem like he's running dolo with it, bro, which is crazy.
Okay.
Paris Fashion Week is going on right now. Shout out to the illustrious Commonwealth staff that is handling their business out there.
Yeah.
Did anybody from the DC store go?
Nobody from the DC store went, no. But the just landing all the fire accounts and doing all the homework and tremendous
that's what's up.
Job that they're doing.
I think Larry's there, right? Larry and OQ and Roland.
I know Eric's there. And Larry and Eric, I know. I don't know about OQ and Roland.
Okay. And shout out to the Philippines crew. I think they're there every year as well.
Oh yeah, they come over. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Who else is there, man? Who else do I know that's there? Actually, a lot of people. It seems like my whole timeline is not my whole timeline. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but a lot of it is
all 20,000 followers. They're all in Fashion Week.
Everybody I follow, maybe 1/3 of them are in Paris. Shout out to my brother All Day. He's there. You know what I'm saying? Special guest on Louis Vuitton. He's out there getting busy. Of course, nothing less expected from him. He just that's what he does.
I mean, it's in the name.
Yeah, it's in the name. All day. He gets busy all day.
It's in the name.
I just asked that. I think, you know what I'm saying? Yo, next Fashion Week, let me roll. Cop me a ticket. I'm your brother. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see Paris during Fashion Week.
Yeah, his room upon entry, it shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
it shut it down.
When Louis picks you up from the airport,
Louis gave him the I love the skateboard
with the Louis trucks.
How is he bringing all of this home?
They'll probably mail it back for you.
They'll mail it home, yeah.
They give it to you. They're like, just leave it in the room, bro. We'll mail it back for you. Don't worry. We got your address already.
The director's thing is crazy.
What is the director's thing? What are y'all looking at?
The story.
His Instagram story? So what's the director's thing?
Like, you know what they say, cut, like that thing?
Oh, the little snap thing.
Yeah.
He got a Louis Vuitton joint.
Yeah.
Fam, come on, let me have that.
That's like an invite, but that's usually an invite.
That's like the invite to the show, probably.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Still,
but he probably keeping it.
Text him. I'll be like, yo, let me get that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get that.
I think he had some Apple engraved AirPods or some Louis Vuitton engraved AirPods.
Oh my God.
And some Air Force Ones. Like, what Air Force Ones were those?
They were a bespoke. I did see those. That was a bespoke.
Man, son is crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
he also has about 120 pairs of bespoke Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Made at 21 Mercer.
Yeah.
Listen, if you can find him on Instagram, check
if he allows you, if he accepts your friend request, congratulations.
I want to DJ Fashion Week parties.
We got to make that happen. Do they have Fashion Week? It's not just once a year, right? They have like a fall one, or is it just one? Is it just winter? It is twice, right?
Yeah. But obviously, there's different ones. Though. There's Paris. There's like Milan.
Now let's focus on Paris. We got to get you in the next Paris one.
The best two that I think for us would be either Paris or New York.
New York. I was just about to say that.
Jerome, except for you're not going to Paris, Jerome.
No, we're gonna go.
I don't like.
Jerome's not going.
But we're gonna go just to get back at the colonizers.
I'm about to say, you know me. I don't like places that did black people dirty. So.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go there because they do have we go there as sort of like a fuck you to the white people because there is a big black and brown population in Paris. You know what I'm saying? There's a good amount of, so I don't want to say fuck you to the city, and its people. I want to say fuck you to the government and their rules and their laws that take away from immigrants and people of color.
I can agree with that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah. But
this is
yeah,
insane,
we should
though.
do that. We should go.
This is really crazy. You need to look at that.
What, his story?
Yeah,
Some in the
story.
group chat.
It doesn't
Uh-oh.
it doesn't stop. Like
His
it don't
story.
stop. It doesn't stop. That's every day. That's happens in New York. It doesn't stop.
My
While
guy,
we're on the
it's-
while we're on the
Oh my-
subject of
it's only like 30 bags of Louis Vuitton. Yo, this guy is
That's
crazy.
every day for him, son. I don't even know him, but that's every day.
Yeah, that is every
I don't
day.
even know when he finds enough time to wear all that shit.
Yeah. Who is he with? We gotta FaceTime
Lex,
him.
Lex
and-
not out there.
I might have to-
He's
I might
not
have
with
to
$1 billion
face-
Lex.
Nah, Lex is back home.
Yeah, Lex in New York.
Lex's
Lex
Rolexes took a hit. He's probably recovering from the hit his Rolexes
Yo,
took.
shout out to our guy Lex.
Lex
man.
don't. Lex.
Them Rolexes at 60K. Now they at 25. I'm like, oh yeah.
He's like, yo, the market is crashing,
market
but
is
I'm
crashing.
surviving.
Yeah, he's like,
I
I'm
mean-
so good out here.
Yeah, chilling.
Yeah.
Lex about to put out a liquor though. I think he's about to put out his own liquor.
Are you
Okay.
serious?
I'm dead serious. Yeah, like a
This
premium
guy?
liquor. Yeah, yeah. for sure.
Wow.
Abdul might even have a drink that night.
I mean, no, but
I mean,
I'll have a toast.
I'll fake
I'll
it.
make the toast, and then I'll switch it around and actually take a sip of a Sprite.
Throw it over my shoulder.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject of Louis Vuitton, Skepta, he used to be a rapper. Now he's a DJ and probably like a actor, poet,
Okay.
something.
I didn't know he quit rap, but shout out to him.
He says streetwear should end like luxury streetwear should end with Virgil.
like luxury, or he said Louis Vuitton.
Louis
My
Vuitton.
bad. He said Louis Vuitton streetwear
Okay.
should
Okay.
end with Virgil.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Virgil's catalog was probably so deep that he probably has 4 or 5 seasons more left of work that he was working on.
That's a great point.
And
Yeah.
did he mean that it should stop when Virgil died or stop when his catalog runs out?
That's another good point. I think
know?
he meant when he died.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Because
think
why
so. I mean,
why else would he bring it up if that wasn't the case?
I mean, if he has a lot of material to put it out. I mean, his family still got to eat. He got kids, you know.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
put that
I
shit
think
out.
I think that's about right. I mean, unless well, how would you feel if the catalog had actually run out and they were now coming up with designs to
like
make
using
it,
his design team to make it look like Virgil's
just
part of it.
without really being specific that, hey, what if they don't say this was Virgil who designed it, but you looking at it assume this might have been an old Virgil design. How do you feel about that?
If his team is doing it, then they obviously know the direction he was going. But yeah, I mean, if they say that it was his design, they can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that you can't replace when it comes to Virgil and the streetwear stuff is the relationships. You're not going to be able to replace the relationships and the way that the kids looked up to Virgil, the way that they were willing to step out of super skate hardcore and wear, $600 skate shoes or have certain people be associated with Louis Vuitton who would have never thought to be associated with Louis before. But because Virgil is
he vouched for him.
you know what I'm saying? Or Virgil's like, yo, Eric Costin, I want you in my show. Eric Costin never cared about Louis Vuitton before, but now he'll get fitted. And
Virgil's reach was so far, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the one thing that Louis cannot replace is the relationships. And I think what's going to happen, I think the streetwear thing will end itself at Louis Vuitton because they're just going to run out of, again, the ideas and the reach and the people that want to be associated with that stuff. Like Virgil was almost bigger than life in some of those instances of the people who he could put in one room.
That's true.
And before him, it never happened with Louis.
Well, because like quote unquote, he wasn't even supposed to be there. So
Correct.
he, you know what I mean? So everybody that he could touch, he was already, rubbing elbows with
He-
them. And
he
then
was
when he
bringing
got
up
there, he
money.
brought him with him.
he's bringing a bunch of people who are not supposed to be in there.
That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like,
Yeah,
if I'm bringing in that, but it's making money.
yeah.
So of course they're gonna milk it until they're no longer able to make
Well, he
money
knew
off
his
of
audience,
it. But he grew his audience though, right?
Exactly.
Like because
He
the
elevated
kids
them.
because what happened too is the kids of those people who buy Louis Vuitton were like, yo, who is this? The energy he's bringing, the
Yeah,
coolness that he's bringing.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I think it just as the next few years go on, Louis is just going to be like, all right, we don't have what it takes to continue to go down this path, and we're either
they're
going
gonna
to
try to find a replacement. I mean, not that they're gonna find a replacement. They're gonna try to find somebody
What
to
was
fill his
Virgil
shoes.
like as a person? Was it seems to me from outside looking in that he was just a very humble dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
we
did
hung
you did
out.
you ever interact with him when he DJ'd here and Mitch brought him out here for a party at
Nah,
China Cafe? What was the name of that joint?
that was at
Cafe
it was
Asia.
Cafe Asia.
Nah, I didn't hang out with him there. I hung out with him in Boston after Watch the Throne tour. My guy threw the after party up there, so it was like me, him, Don C, just everybody, that whole
Yeah,
squad. He was super cool with me, super welcoming, like nice dude. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Just like super. And we hung out one other
That's the
time.
vibe I got from him just from watching him in videos or just from what I've heard from people that have known him, people that knew him well, some people who didn't know him well, or people who just had one or two interactions with him. He's just a very soft spoken, humble, welcoming dude.
Yeah,
Well,
And
like
just seemed like the nicest guy, man. So
the thing that I saw with him was he treated everybody like he knew you for 20 years.
yeah,
So when it was kids on the street, he never was too big for the moment. You know what I'm saying? He would always stop because we walked a pretty decent from one venue to this other club. And so it was like, 8 of us, 9 of us,
yeah.
black. And these dudes are like fitted, like they're all, because this $1 Million Man was DJing. And so, I just think it was like he was just one of them people who just said, yo, like everybody's welcome in my world. And that made people feel comfortable paying for these high end clothes, whether it was Off White, whether it was Louis Vuitton, any of the collab. We saw some of the, we saw the Nike sneakers are probably some of the most hyped of all
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But even like he was doing collabs with sunglasses and just all sorts of things. You know what
He
I'm
did
saying?
He
a
did those
didn't you
water
DJ
bottle.
like the water bottle thing that
I,
he
I
the
DJed
party?
the water bottle party in New York City, and it was incredible to see the response they had. He wasn't even there. Like that's how crazy it was. Like kids would get their water bottle, hang out for 2 seconds, get back in line, wait another 40 minutes, get two more water bottles, get back in line, wait another 40 minutes. Like,
Do you still have those water bottles?
yeah, yeah. I think they just want to be associated with him. People just want to be associated
IKEA,
with him,
another one
Right.
out of
which
nowhere.
to me was so difficult to get. That was the most difficult outside of the sneakers.
Yeah, to me,
Think so?
actually, to me that made a lot of sense, especially knowing IKEA is for for building stuff and furniture and Virgil's actual educational background and architecture and shit like that. So to me, that collab made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What did he do? He only did a carpet, right, and a bag or something like that. He didn't actually do any
There
furniture,
was a
right?
couple different carpets I thought in the oversized bag or something like
Right.
that. But
Yeah.
maybe a clock. I think it was a clock as well.
Okay.
Um, but again, he did so many. He did there was a Warby Parker collab. There was the water bottles. There was just, I mean, he was endless with his
Yeah.
reach. And I think that's the one thing that high fashion forever missed was just having relationships with people who look different than them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he brought everybody into his world. You know what I'm saying? Like he like made that, like, remember Frontin' by Pharrell, that
Yeah.
video?
Yeah. Yeah.
He made that was like his world, where it was like high end stuff over here, models mixed with skaters, mixed with basketball players, mixed
Yeah.
with, like,
Graffiti.
he made that fun, and you know what I mean? So to me, all high fashion misses that. Matthew Williams isn't doing it at Givenchy so much. Um Heron's, I don't know how his line is doing. I see people wearing it. but I don't know what
Kim
kind of
Jones.
reach. Kim Jones is at Dior,
Yeah.
which I think is okay, but the Travis thing never really happened. And
It's to me these people that you're naming, I mean, are they're not really connected though. They're not connected to the streets. You know what I'm saying? They're connected. They live in that bubble of just high fashion, and that's their world. But when you think of people I think that's what made Virgil so much a person that people could connect with was because he came from just regular, degular shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was out there lining up for sneakers
Yeah.
during his early days and camping out, and he went through every phase of what this culture asks of,
Yeah.
and then you
He
know what I'm
paid his
saying,
dues.
he moved up the ladder, and that's why I think people like Tremaine Emery are going to be important in this world
I was
down
gonna
the
say
line,
they're
right?
probably gonna try to get him to be the next creative director of Louis.
Because he understands people and really comes from a point of reality,
Yeah.
as opposed to like these Kim Jones and these Matthew Williams. The motherfuckers haven't lived life. You know what I'm saying? They've just done that shit in the high fashion world. But who the fuck were they 15, 20 years ago?
I mean,
Nobody knew who they were.
Kim Jones had shit out 15, 20 years ago.
I know. I'm just making a point.
But I mean,
Like, saying, how old is Kim Jones? He's a lot older too,
probably
right?
his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I meant like as a youngin, who was this person? We only got to know him when he became a designer, but before that, you know, was he in this world of trying to do shit like, you know what I'm saying, like a normal person? Who was he?
who knows?
Well, I think that's the thing about it is that it's just going to be trying to find the next sort of cultural ambassador. And that's the thing about it. Virgil was plugged in so many different worlds, respected by those worlds.
Yeah.
And now you've got people who want to do that, but might not be as authentic. I mean, remember he was Kanye's dude probably since what, the second album maybe. He was
Yeah.
basically his best friend, his assistant. You know, he was involved in that crazy photo, and but you know he designed Watch the Throne. So
Yeah.
as his credibility starts to increase, you know, you start to see his name bubble up, pop up. Off White was a tremendous. I mean, I'm sorry, Off White. What was it called?
Pyrex.
Pyrex.
Yeah.
However you want to call it, and I still got my shorts in there. However you want to call it, Pyrex was a success.
You still have your shorts?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
so
That
that
shit was a
Wow.
success. I never owned a Pyrex piece, but I mean, listen,
We had Pyrex.
it was something you had to respect.
We had Pyrex at Commonwealth,
Pyrex was carried at Commonwealth. I remember that.
and it did okay, but it was expensive.
Then there was also the other shit. Was that also him? The
Hood by Air.
Hood by Air.
No, that wasn't him.
was this dude,
Who was that?
Shane something.
That's
Oh,
still
okay.
that's still around.
Yeah, well,
No,
Shane
it's
just
not.
worked-
Is it really?
Yeah, because Shane works for a different clothing label now. I forget which one it is.
Yeah.
But they just won some award. But nevertheless, so we're carrying Pyrex Vision, and it's not really moving. Like only the heads know. Jay-Z wears it at a
wrap.
party. in
That
Atlanta or
changed
something like
everything.
that.
It's a wrap.
Bro, when I tell you the phone rang the next day, yo, y'all got that Pyrex, whatever that Jay-Z was wearing? Like, yeah, we got it.
Not a lot of shops are carrying Pyrex either, right?
Mm. Bro, when I tell you in one day we probably sold 16 Pyrex hoodies at $320 a piece.
Bumbo.
I can't remember how many. I worked that Monday. I remember I worked that Monday. And I remember having to call somebody who worked with me, like, yo, you got to come early because this is about to be one of them days. And, like, it was one of those days. I think we even closed early that day because it was so crazy.
Did y'all have the rugby flannels?
We didn't get the rugby flannels. I think those hit so crazy that I think he didn't even send those out to stores.
Yeah.
There was a store in Virginia, in Norfolk, Pusher store actually,
Creed.
to this day, where they still have all the Pyrex stuff.
They still have it?
You can't buy it because it's in glass cases.
Wow.
All the store,
Wow.
everything. All that
The whole
first drop of
line.
all that first drop of Pyrex stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is, man. Nobody's really nobody is on that Virgil level right now. I think it'll take a minute. I can see Tyler moving into that space. You know what I'm saying? But
That would be respectable too,
You
man.
think so?
Yeah, but I think Tyler's making such great music right now, though. Like,
I would say it's fashion, his
Uh,
lane.
oh yeah, I mean, if you
yeah,
look at
yeah,
his
yeah.
golf,
I
if you look
mean,
at his
you
golf
know,
wang line, his stuff is expensive now.
and not just from his fashion, but just his creative output is something to be recognized with. You know what I'm saying? And fuck with, because yo, just his set designs just are so crazy when he's on tour.
And that's all him.
I mean, a lot of it, I think, just seems like it's, if it's not him, it's somebody who knows his personality really well. Because it seems like it is him.
Yeah.
But
The crazy part about it is, I think I don't know if you guys follow what you guys follow on Instagram in terms of some of these like music accounts. So there's an account called Sleeping on Gems,
okay.
and basically a lot of these things are there's other ones too. But what they do is they like show videos from like 20 years ago, videos that we remember like the back of our hand. It's no big deal. But again, we're older now. We were early 20s back then.
Yeah.
Now we're 20 years older. Well, now some of these kids weren't hip to Lenny Kravitz being in the front in the video, or they didn't know that that was Lauren London in the front in the video,
Right.
Yep.
or like
Yep.
they don't know what the OS on Jay-Z's t-shirt
Orchard Street.
means, and then you had to find the
Shout out
sneakers
to my
on the
man Greg.
wire on the
Yeah.
lower easel. So it's funny how a lot of these things that people, weren't aware of or weren't hip to are now like still reigning supreme.
Yeah.
Literally 20 years later. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Pharrell's going to be 50 in a couple months.
Wow.
And to just understand what his influence was 20 years ago and how it's still so present today is crazy.
Look at that new Drake video with all of Pharrell's shit that he bought on off of that that auction. He must have bought just about every Pharrell jewelry piece.
Drake bought all that shit.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't know how much he bought now because they like obviously
It's like
they
a
kept
silent
the,
auction.
they kept the identity.
This
of
is
the
all he what.
buyers.
This is just what he showed in the
What he
video.
showed
We
was
don't know what else he could have
Yeah,
gotten.
yeah, and people were mad at Drake because obviously
Why?
Because he's never won BBC before.
So fucking what?
Doesn't matter. He never worn it as a celebrity.
He's never
Who
worn
knows what he
BBC.
wore before he was big?
He's
I
never
mean,
worn,
even if you never wore it as a kid, right? To think about Drake and how successful he is now, think about him 20, 23 years ago when he was a youngin and who he probably was looking up to musically, right? It would have to be a fucking Pharrell.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And now you're in a position where some of these key pieces that you might have seen on TV or in a video or 106th and Park or some shit like that are available for sale and money is not an issue to you. Come on.
Like not an issue at all.
Not an issue at all.
Like at all. Like
Fam.
he might have bought that shit for his homie if he was like, yo, I really want that. You got it.
He might have bought everything. Now that I think about it. There's who else do we know that bought anything? I wanted those.
Hold on. Why did Pharrell sell that shit to begin with?
I think he's just closing that chapter out.
Well, I think a lot of with Drake too. I think that obviously there's a silent meaning behind a lot of what he does, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
you know, what I mean?
You're right.
He could be trying to play the villain on some like like
you are right.
I'm beefing with you, but I got your man's jewelry. Right?
Yep.
Like,
look at that.
Okay.
Like there's also that like. You know what I'm saying? Him and Push have always had a Push killed him in the battle, and now it's like, yo, I got your man's jewelry on. Like, there's also that aspect of it. You're absolutely right. I thought about that as well. But
Man, he bought all that shit.
he has it in his new video.
Yeah, I mean, he bought all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, either way, it's just incredible. I think if you guys, like I know a lot of people get stuck.
Yo, did you see the article?
No.
Yo,
what article?
I'm about to send it to you.
A lot of people get stuck on like TikTok at 2 a.m. I think if you go to Sleeping on Gyms and some of these other websites, because sometimes what they're also doing is they're highlighting entire years. They're like these 10 songs or these 10 albums came out in 2006, and you're just like, holy shit, like this is incredible. You know what I mean? It's just
Uh-huh.
like I think because of where music stands right now, and there's not a lot of good new music that people are enjoying, that the nostalgia is coming back really tough. You know what I'm saying? It's another
Yeah,
thing. Listen, if you can listen to that Road podcast
I'm gonna check it out.
interview with hip hop, man, he drops a lot of just it's all Rockefeller stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
That's all I want to
obviously,
hear.
there's
Yeah.
questions that I would have asked that they didn't get to.
Oh damn.
But that's just because I was there. Like I was a super nerd about music in 2001. I still am 22 years later. But for me, I'd have been like, yo, like the Rockefeller freestyles. Like what was good with those? Or Hot 97. What was it like?
Yeah.
Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like just different things like that, So anyhow, good situation right there. Episode 193 was a podcast. Okay. We had a slight discussion about this. I'm gonna let Eddie and Abdul run with this for a bit. I need to hydrate. But the sneaker con mystery box controversy.
This is a topic that we got from one of our listeners, by the way.
Basically, when you go to a sneaker con, there are these stores, I guess, that will do a mystery box. And the mystery box is you pay this much.
You pay X amount of dollars.
And you get a mystery box. You don't know what's in it. I'm guessing it's your size. I don't know if it's your size or not.
You can pick whatever size they have available. Yeah.
And then you just you have to live with the results.
That's it.
There's video because a 13-year-old kid got $150 pair of $150 pair of Jordan 3s.
Jordan 1s.
Was it ones or was it?
Yeah. Nah, it was the new pair of Jordan 1s that just came out. I don't understand why this is getting so much traction. I mean, what's the reason why this is such big news? He paid for a service. Would this have been news if he hit on and it was a pair of off-white Jordan 1s? Like, no. Fucking what? Yeah. He got a fucking pair of sneakers. He knew what he was getting himself into.
It's a gamble.
It's a gamble. Nobody asked you to do that.
Yeah.
Man, this is just dumb news, man. I don't understand why people are making a big deal out of it. It was trending on Twitter and this, that, and the other. Like, poor kid. Why is he even why is this 12-year-old kid gambling without his parents?
Right.
For one, let's start there.
And what is he complaining about? He got a pair of shoes.
Yeah. And, he paid his money. He picked out the box. He actually picked out that size 6.5 himself, opened it up, and he got
it. Wasn't like they mailed it to him and it was empty.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, that was one of the stories I was hearing before was that, he paid for this box, opened it up, and it was empty. Now, that would have been funny, for one.
Yeah, but still a gamble.
Yeah, still a gamble. If that was part of the rules. If that was in the rules that, you don't know what you're getting, and there's a chance it might not be anything in there, and you still move forward with that bet, it's a gamble, dog.
Yeah. I mean,
nobody asked you to do that shit.
He paid double retail for him. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at it.
Listen,
I'm not mad at
somebody has to lose in situations like that. Yeah. And not everybody is going to end up with a $1,200 pair of sneakers.
Right.
Like, it just does not make any sense.
Right.
Like, why would a store or a business do it? It's a business, dog. They're there to attract people to come in there and spend money. And as a reward, 1 out of every 30 people might end up with a special pair of sneakers. And every sneaker is special. If you know what I'm saying? So
you probably won't even end up with something special.
I think it's just become so easy now just for everybody to tweet complaints about something. And we're now hearing complaints about some of the dumbest shit ever. Like, this should not even been news. But with the internet, we're able to just now, everybody has an opinion on everything.
Boom. How do you guys feel about eggflation?
Eggflation?
Mm-hmm. I don't eat eggs, so I'm okay with it.
I love eggs. I don't know. I don't understand what's going on.
A carton of egg is like over $5
The
now.
price of eggs now is insane.
I know, but
bro.
why? It's like some eggs got infected or something like that.
I think it's just greed.
Okay.
I haven't seen like a nationwide.
I mean, but when you think about it, what hasn't gone up in price?
I think because the egg thing is so egregious, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is it though? I mean, how much was a carton of eggs before?
$2.49,
Oh, so it went up double.
triple.
I don't know. I don't eat eggs, so I don't know.
Yeah.
If they're $5 now and it was $2.49, I'd say that's double.
No, they're like $7.99, $8.99.
Oh,
If
Wow.
you can find them, like if you go to the Giant right there on Park Road, there's like
Yeah.
the whole egg section's empty.
well, I guess nobody's tripping off the price going up if they sold out.
I think they just said, okay, you know what? Like when I see them, I'm gonna buy
They
them.
they reselling them. They got a lot of eggs on offer up.
I mean,
I got them extra large browns.
I saw some eggs. Majority of the egg shelf was empty when I went to the grocery store yesterday, but there were some eggs there. But there weren't any of the shit that I buy because we tend to go with the organic and cage-free eggs.
Those
and
are already $18.99.
Those were not there. They did not have any of those.
Yeah, because if you're gonna pay the same for like the small white ones, you might as well buy the Gucci ones.
Well, that means that those have probably gone up too.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I thought go ahead.
Average in California is 605. Florida, the average is 636. Like, I mean, Hawaii doesn't count because their stuff's already expensive, but it's $9.79.
What? $10 for a carton of eggs?
That's crazy.
Washington has the lowest eggflation rate at 15% year over year.
Washington State?
It just says Washington, so I'm guessing Washington State. Iowa has the largest eggflation rate at 153% year over year.
Sheesh.
Phoenix, my
time to buy some chickens.
Phoenix has a 71% increase. Charlotte has a 68% increase. So inflation is not the only reason why egg pricing is up. Eggs are currently more expensive due to a record-breaking outbreak of avian flu.
Oh, that's what it is. There is some sort of disease,
which is primarily spread by migrating wild birds. So,
I think it's just safe to stay away from eggs altogether right now. Because
I'm doing
you're doing an egg cleanse.
No,
egg whites.
I'm gonna do pesca for February.
I'm not gonna front, man. That egg and cheese bagel sandwich. Oof.
I haven't ate eggs in years.
Dog, I just had to call your mother sandwich with the pastrami, egg and cheese with the spicy honey.
Nah.
Oof.
Get the new one, the turkey sausage joint.
Wait, turkey sausage sandwich?
At
call your mother?
Yeah.
What's in it?
Same thing.
Turkey sausage.
Turkey sausage, hot honey.
Egg and cheese?
Egg and cheese.
Oof. Okay.
That's disgusting.
It's incredible.
What?
Anything?
Eddie.
Yeah, I just don't eat eggs, dog.
You know who has the other banging is L.
L
has the banging breakfast sandwich.
L in Mount Pleasant?
Yeah, right around the corner from the crib.
What does it have?
Just
bagel sandwiches?
Yes, they got a breakfast.
Is that I went there with you and Lex, right?
Yes, that's it.
The old Heller's Bakery.
The old Heller's, yeah. We'll run it back soon.
Yeah, we got to go back because I love fucking good bagel sandwiches, especially breakfast sandwiches.
You like the eggs all runny?
No,
it's not runny.
No, it's scrambled. All right, so listen. Speaking of being in the streets, Abdul and I stepped out Friday night.
Oh yeah, Friday night.
On the early side, we headed down to the wharf to celebrate our man Big Akil's birthday.
And BJ.
Yeah. Come to find out, Akil was over 2.5 hours late for his own birthday party because who knew Akil was a basketball coach?
Good for him.
Yeah. Volunteers his time as a basketball coach.
Good for him.
So that was
his priorities are right where they need to be.
Yeah.
And mind you, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so y'all didn't even see him on his birthday.
No, we saw him. We were there.
Yeah, we
were hanging out.
We stayed literally until he
got there.
And we kind of we were like, so what you want to do now? And I was like, I mean, I can go. And I was like, all right,
to go eat.
Yeah.
We went to go eat.
Straight to Yums.
No, we go uptown to this spot called Midnight Deli, and within Midnight Deli is what's the spot called?
Flat Out Burger,
Flat Out Burgers.
something like that.
Flat Out Burgers.
It's supposed to be like a
Smash.
chopped cheese. At least in the pictures, it looks like it's a chopped cheese
It's
or a
not.
smash burger.
Well, come to find out, dude had sold out for the day. But they
Yeah,
did not,
so he was already
they did
gone.
Not, they did not utilize social media to like inform the customer, which is what you're supposed to do. So instead, Abdul and I get cheesesteaks. I got some crab fries, and
How were the crab fries?
Crab fries?
It was the laziest crab.
That
fry
shit don't
ever.
even sound right.
It was just like crab meat put on top of French fries.
Oh, out of a can?
It was
Like
so
imitation crab meat.
Wait, that's our guy though. We can't shit on Midnight Deli like
My
that.
God, but I was just like,
Hey, I mean,
like,
I gotta shoot him some bail. My
they
cheesesteak,
added some. They could have added some like green onions,
some
and, like,
Old Bay on
It was
top of it.
literally like
yeah.
canned
Yeah.
crab meat on top of cheese fries.
Nah,
Nah,
it was
come
better.
on.
Nah, it was better.
Yo, my cheesesteak though was fire.
So I'm not gonna front. Like I thought,
Was it like a chopped cheese steak?
Nah,
No, regular cheesesteak, steak and cheese.
I thought the bun was okay. I thought the meat was solid. It was like it just needed one more thing for some reason, and it would have been great.
Yo,
What was it
mine was
missing?
perfect. I got it
don't
with
know.
with
Grilled
grilled
onions?
onions. I got it with grilled onions, and you know, especially if I'm not eating a sandwich there, I normally go without lettuce and tomatoes because
wilted.
yes, by the time you get home, especially if they wrap it up in that foil joint,
It's wilted,
by the time
yeah.
you get to the crib, it's brown or it's just not even
Ugh.
tasty. If
Ugh.
I'm eating my shit right there, of course, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
bless me with the lettuce, bless me with the tomatoes,
Yeah.
all that. But if I'm bringing this shit home, I'm
Yeah.
like, don't put any of that shit on my sandwich.
Yeah.
And that was perfect because I came home and I just got this. I used some of my Two Island Boys hot pepper on top of it. Oh my God. Yo, it was fucking amazing. And if you want to go to twoislandboys.net to go buy that hot pepper sauce, the barbecue sauce. Oof, listen. That sandwich was amazing. I kind of felt bad. I was like, yo, did I just cheat on Yums? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where is my loyalty? But I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to Midnight Deli, man. Uptown.
Where's it at?
4701 Georgia Avenue.
Yeah, not too far from all the sort of Petworth activity. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, so like
4201
4701, I think.
Upshire?
A little bit
further up north.
A little further north. Yes, I'm saying right there. Upshire, just go up Georgia.
By the Popeyes.
2 blocks, not that far, but just a little further up. Not too far. Not too far.
Okay.
It's just south of where Arkansas and Georgia meet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 193 was a podcast. That was actually a really good time we had that night, man. It was good. The funniest part about that adventure was this morning we got a text from Abdul's wife that said, I believe she called us
This morning or that morning?
this morning. Was it this morning?
This morning, I guess she saw some pictures online of us at the birthday party.
He tagged us.
And what is
And
she?
so she said, she said, y'all couldn't dress up for your friend's birthday? SMH. And Abdul's like, where'd you get that pic from? And then I'm like, yo, it was a last minute pull up. And then she's like, nah, he's lying. She told me this was premeditated. And I was like, oh my goodness, right? And then she's like, you guys look like you're going sledding.
That might be the album. That might be the artwork for this week's episode, actually. Akil came in a full tux, and we were just dressed like we would normally be dressed for a Friday night during in January. So, listen, funny jokes.
If you can
but-
get the real picture, send it to me.
okay, I'll get it. Yep. But shout out to Big Akil, man. Happy birthday, bro. And shout out to my man BJ. Happy birthday. That was a good time, man. I like little functions like that. Ran into a lot of my old friends from back in the day. Shout out to my man Tone, who was in there. We got to catch up a lot and just kick it and just talk life, man. It's just so funny that everybody that I would be out with back in the day, 20 years ago or something like that, and we would be at Dream or Republic Gardens or Love or DC Live or H2O, and our conversations from those days, and now 20 some odd years later, we spent the whole night talking about our kids and shit like that. So it's just the change in life is just so crazy, man. So yeah, shout out to
It's
Tone, man.
incredible. I love it. It was a
Yeah.
good time, man, for sure. Episode 193. What's a podcast? I don't need it back to our thread. Let me see what we're on now. Basically, as we just talked about sneakers, but a bit more. Our guy, Brooklyn's finest,
Yes.
triple OG.
Triple OG.
Our guy Clarence, who I believe has the same birthday as Abdul.
Yes.
He
New Year's
owns,
Eve.
owns a shop, Premium Goods, in Brooklyn, New York.
Been open for 20 years.
Been open for 20 years, and he recently, with his partner, what's her name? Jacqueline?
Jennifer Ford.
Jennifer Ford. She runs Premium Goods in Houston.
Is that his store too, or just affiliated with it?
Affiliated.
It's an affiliation, yeah. They kind of actually explain it in the sneakers clip, and it's still
Yeah.
on It's still on sneakers right now. If you open it, you should check that out right now.
I'm done with sneakers.
Oh,
Just to watch the feature though.
yeah. Go watch that, man.
I'll re-download the app.
Yeah,
They did a segment called Talking Shop, which breaks down the history of Premium Goods, and Clarence started that shop 20 years ago, and Jennifer, who's apparently it seems like is a good friend of his, and wanted to do something like that in Houston, and she really fucked with Premium Goods and was like, hey, maybe I'll just carry on the name in Houston. And if you remember, there was also another shop in Seattle called Goods back in the day. You all remember that?
I do remember
sure.
Goods.
Yeah. And I for a long time I always thought all three were connected until I met Clarence. But no, Goods was its own separate entity. But yeah, but this was a really great conversation, man. And for those that don't know, Premium Goods is in Park Slope, Brooklyn. One of my favorite stores to go to in New York, man. And it's just it gives
Is that the original location?
Yeah, that's the original
Wow.
location. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, original location. Been there for 20, maybe 21 years now.
Wow.
And Clarence really comes from this life, man. You know what I'm saying? The life of sneakers, his own personal collection. And him and I were the same size. So over the years and over the last decade and a half, I've managed to get some sneakers off of him. But he really comes from that. He's got the mindset of a collector, bro. Like his shit, his archives are deep. Pause. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful shop, man. And independent, of course. And fun fact, and it's actually a sad fact, but he is the only Black-owned authorized Nike retailer in New York City.
Get the fuck out of here.
100%.
Wow.
In all of the 5 boroughs.
Wow.
I mean, nothing surprises me anymore.
No, but that's just crazy, man.
No, because
it is.
What that
there's,
shows,
but there's no other Black-owned sneaker stores that have Nike accounts. That's crazy.
No,
listen,
it does not surprise
crazy.
me. It does not surprise me at all, unfortunately, because of the politics of the game. And
I'm not surprised. I'm shocked.
You know what's also shocking is maybe some of the stores that we thought might have been Black owned are actually owned by somebody else.
Yeah.
And they put a black face in front of it to what did you say, Foot Locker?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, they just it's terrible. That's a very, very sad statistic.
Yeah.
Speaking of Black owned, though, because we want to steer into the positive, I just actually sent you guys a video. It's a TikTok of Scar from Scar's Pizza.
Okay.
discussing. He's a watch guy.
Yes, he's a big watch guy. I saw
He's
this video. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's talking to this guy Mike Nouveau, who's also a very, very, very big watch guy. And they're
Okay.
talking about how that particular like skinny watches are in style now, right? But
Okay.
if you look behind Scar, that's actually the Stussy store.
Yep.
There's a line of kids in line to get into the Stussy store.
Yep.
And then what they were saying is that is this is Stussy's best new line in like I don't know 15 years or something like that. And that was the release day of the brand new Stussy stuff, and that's why all the kids were outside.
Wow. And the guy who is actually standing next to him is our friend Hugo, who runs that Stussy store in New York.
Yes. And did the boots.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, the Timberlands.
The Timberlands, yeah, which I think are still on the Stussy site, but they were $280.
That was a lot.
It's a lot.
That is
a lot.
Especially when you're getting free Tims from Jim Sanders.
I'm sorry, $320.
Oof, even worse.
But some of the prices on this new Stussy stuff are just crazy.
The prices are crazy. I will say that the quality of
egg prices,
eggflation,
they going up like eggflation,
stuflation.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's crazy,
goddamn.
Bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. Nah. Shout out to Scar, and you know he has a very eclectic taste when it comes to cars. He's really into cars and got a shitload of them, and watches. Man, it's a lot of expensive habits.
It's a very dope video to watch, though.
Yeah,
like,
I enjoyed
cool. Yeah, it's very cool. They're just like literally hanging on the block, like to just like have three dudes just kind of kicking it and talking their talk is just it's tight, man.
And shout out to my man Audi, who's also in that video, who actually listens to our podcast, so he might hear this, man. Shout out to Audi, and you know he's got the fly Rolex on, and I gotta get my watch game up. I think I'm on Apple Watches. I'm still on the 6. You know what I'm saying?
I'm on the 3. I'm cool, bro. But once I get skinny, then I'm setting my game up.
My battery life has started to deteriorate though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm at 11% right now. I've been up since 4:15 this morning, but still I used to be able to go
battery life.
I used to be able to go like a whole day and a half, and I did an hour and a half run this morning. So
well then yeah, I mean if you didn't go for the run, if you didn't use the tracking, then it would be much higher percentage.
Okay.
So you're still good running. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
193 episode was a podcast.
Oh, real quick, before we move on to the next subject, sorry to cut you off. Speaking of premium goods, they have their own Air Force Ones that are dropping on January 20th. Both beautiful colors. And I love that it has the premium goods logo as the tongue label.
You already got them?
No, I don't have them. But listen, I need them. Clarence, come on.
Yeah.
We're birthday twins. Come on, man.
Same shoe size.
We're the same shoe size.
You can't even act like you don't have any left.
Let me just get your 4th pair. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already know you got 6 pairs just for yourself. Like, let me get that 7th pair. Please. Sorry, Jerome. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No worries.
Wanted to get that info out there.
Quick conversation about these Terror Squad Air Force Ones. I believe we were asked to speak about Terror Squad Air Force Ones revealed by DJ Khaled.
Yeah, man. I think the Terror Squad Air Force Ones were always just such a mystique to like somebody like me. Like coming from like that time, or if you were into sneakers in 04, 05, 06, 03, and when you saw Fat Joe with them shits, and they had the Terror Squad logo, all of them. All of them
with the matching Averexes.
Yo, what?
FJ 560 jackets.
FJ, and that was Fat Joe's store actually in the BX.
Yeah.
But that shoe just reminds me so much about that time. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any Air for TS?
Bro, I've never seen a size 9 in them. Apparently, they were only made in size 12,
At Joe size.
and you know what I'm saying, there might be, he had his right hand man at the time was a dude named Macho, and they were made in his sizes. Some pairs might have a little bit more sizes available, but they were always around 11 and a half, or 12. You know what I'm saying? And so for me to see that these are coming back, I gotta admit, I'm super excited about it. I think everybody's going to be able to get a pair. It looks like 2 out of the 3 colorways are going to be available to the public. You know what I'm saying? For sale, probably at Fat Joe's store up NYC. I'm assuming that's not a fact.
They're gonna sell out.
They're gonna sell out. But you know, if I hit there, cool. If I don't, then listen, I'm gonna reach out to some resellers and maybe trade in some stuff. But I need pairs off that shoe, and then there's going to be a friends and family colorway. It looks like it's 3 pairs in total, and you know, Khaled was able to reveal those colorways to the world in his video, and I'm excited, man. That shoe has just always been like a unicorn to me. I don't think I've ever even seen it in person in real life. So yeah, I'm excited about it, man. So shout out to Fat Joe.
You know, they come out tomorrow, and I think this shoe is starting. It's like Nike's answer to the sort of Salomon New Balancefication.
Okay.
The Zoom Vomero.
Yeah, the Bill Bowerman series.
They're kind of growing on me a little bit.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
Like yeah. Like them joints is looking real, like
like I'm on my comfy vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, it's what you wear with your Arc'teryx.
Yes. Yeah. I don't have any Arc'teryx. It's what I'm gonna wear with Eddie's Arc'teryx.
You can rock it.
Arc'teryx and some like windbreaker pants.
Yeah, no, they are growing on me too, man. I gotta admit,
the dad shoe looking, the New Balance looking Nikes. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, they're right there on the sneakers app. They're coming out soon.
I don't have. I gotta re-download it.
But
tomorrow.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. I was like, yo, these more I'm seeing them, I'm like, yo, these kind of high. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna pay full price for them. Like, it's one of those shoes that I would love to just
catch a sale rack.
Yeah, catch on sale or have somebody grab them for me from Swoosh. You know what I'm saying? I have to admit,
that shit's ugly, dog.
They're growing on me though.
Nah,
they're growing on
ugly.
me.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. They growing a little. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they grow on me.
They look like some fake 90s.
This is your first time seeing them.
Nah, those shoes been out in different colorways.
Of course, but I'm seeing them more and more and more. Nah. It's like a Soulja Boy song.
They had like a crazy like neon. They had like a pair like neon lime green pair that came out.
I'm telling you, the more you're gonna see more and more of them.
I'll just buy a pair of New Balance.
You're gonna be humming the same Soulja Boy beat. Soulja Boy, tell him.
1000%. You'll never see me wearing that.
All right, we shall see.
5s.
We shall see.
You shall see.
Yeah, I mean,
them shits is ugly.
They're growing on me. We'll see.
I
finally I broke on today's January 18th. I finally bought myself a pair of sneakers, my first pair in 2023. And I was able to hit on the Ama Manier 4s.
They came back out?
Atmos just dropped them, and I hit.
Foot Locker.
Shout out to Atmos.
Shout out to Foot Locker.
Shout out to Foot Locker.
Shout out to Abdul winning the raffle.
Shout out to me winning the raffle.
Weren't you like on like Atmos's podcast and like does that weigh the raffle ticket any bit?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What was your raffle? What was your raffle number?
749.
Exactly. Size 9.
I won that pair fair and square. I entered.
I'm not mad at it.
I hit. Shout out to Apples.
You deserve it.
Shout out to my friends there. Yeah, much love to everybody. But that's the first pair of sneakers I've bought for myself this year. and I'm gonna be very limited with my purchases this year, man. Of course, the premium goods Air Forces, that's family, and I really like those. Um, yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll see what's good. At this point, we'll say, what is Abdul watching?
You know what? Abdul hasn't watched anything,
Abdul
to be
canceled
honest,
all
man.
his subscriptions.
Yeah,
Abdul's not
I
watching nothing.
currently don't have any subscriptions. I got to get my shit right. Once I'm settled in to this new situation, um, I'll get everything back and I'll be up and running. You know what I do want to suggest is there is a Showtime documentary coming out on Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, um,
Chris
the,
Jackson. Oh my goodness.
the basketball. Who's Chris Jackson?
That was his name before he converted. Sorry.
Oh man, listen. First of all,
Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
everybody got to go watch this, man, because this guy, man, legend. The story just, I'm gonna, I don't, I'm gonna look it up when this is dropping, and we're gonna put it on Instagram because everybody should go watch this story, because, including myself, because I just don't know
February
much
3rd.
about February 3rd. I don't know a lot about basketball, but I do remember coming to America and knowing Mahmoud Abdul Rauf was him, and Hakeem Olajuwon, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, of course, were like just one of few Muslim players in the NBA, and that really meant something to me because, you know,
'Cause you're Muslim.
representation always matters, right?
Yeah.
But even though I never really got into the sport, I was just happy to hear these names, and but now I really want to know the story of this fighter and this soldier, and what he, and how he was just unfairly blackballed in the NBA. So
yeah, completely unfairly blackballed. Yeah. I believe he might have been on the spectrum to some degree.
You mean like Asperger's or something?
Or autism, something, but he was
okay.
He was a perfectionist to the point where he practiced basketball, but if the ball didn't go through the net, if he didn't hear it a certain way, he would keep shooting. It was whatever made sense to him. But literally, the ball had to. It went in, but if it didn't make a certain
had to hit that.
If it didn't hit a certain whatever, then he would keep going. Because I mean, he was a 90-something% free throw shooter.
Wow.
Shots. He just.
Who did he play for? Denver.
And I believe he might have played for the Bullets at one point in time.
Wow. Okay.
I think he might have played for Sacramento. But
I gotta watch that, man. February 3rd, I'll be situated by then. And so yeah, I don't know what the name is.
He was cold. I remember I was young, but it's called Stand. It's literally called Stand, featuring Mahmoud Abdul Rauf and Steph Curry, Mahershala Ali, Jalen Rose, Ice Cube, Steve Kerr, Shaquille O'Neal are all producers of the documentary on Showtime.
Y'all know I'm related to Mahershala Ali, right? Did I tell y'all that story?
We heard that story before.
We heard it. It's cool.
You still haven't. You still haven't confirmed it.
I don't think Mahershala Ali knows I'm related to him, but listen, if you listen to this podcast or you know Mahershala Ali, let him know he's married to my cousin. I'll leave it at that.
He is married. So your blood cousin or cousin?
Cousin through marriage.
Exactly.
In all fairness, she's blood.
There's a new DJ Riz. There's a new DJ Riz mix out, which is incredible, and it was recorded on New Year's Day. So you know, what I'm saying, music usually is a little slow right now, but man, that new DJ Riz mix is incredible.
DJ Riz from the radio, Hot 97,
Crooklyn Clan, yeah, Hot 97.
Okay.
So other than that, the music's kind of light for me. Just getting into it. We got some new Chef Lindo heat dropping next month. We got a new Darling Nikki EP called Darling Darling Baby.
Okay.
And we're looking to drop it maybe February 14th or February 21st. So all new original produced songs, remixes by Darling Nikki and friends. And Lyndon sent me over his final version today, one of his tunes, and the kid is incredible, man. So shout out to Chef Lindo.
Time to keep going, man. It's only J.
my
Cole
dude.
might pick that next.
J. Cole truly might happen nowadays. So.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, anybody.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. So
Anything
bright for
can
stuff
happen
like that.
now.
Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag She Were Eddie.
Peace, gentlemen.
Shout out to Don't Charge Abdul.
Yes, sir.
One time for our guy Silent Tom, and I am DJ Jerome Baker the Third. We are out. Peace.
Peace.